Getting a stem cell injection is like 20 grand.
Why go out and have to subject yourself to that when you can do it at the dinner table?
It's a lot cheaper.
And more enjoyable.
Now, what about stem cells and regeneration? This is a big topic that I think people are hearing about in the news. They're confused about it. There's controversy about it. There's laws about it that prevent adequate research. I mean, It's really quite a messy area, and yet it's also one of the most exciting areas of medicine that you've been involved in. And what are stem cells anyway? What do they do? And how do we understand how to stop hurting them and start helping them?
Yeah, well, stem cells are really simple. We're made of stem cells. So when our moms and dads got together and created, us in the womb, we started out as stem cells. They actually made every single organ.
An egg and a sperm.
An egg and a sperm got together, and they basically decided they would become a stem cell factory. And then pretty much we formed out of our own stem cells. And after we were born, a few of those stem cells stuck around. About 700,000 of them. They stick around, and they're mostly in our bone marrow, and they're in lining of our intestines. They hide out in our body, and they help us regenerate. So when you and I are growing up, right, in grade school, we learned from our teachers that starfish can regenerate, salamanders can regenerate, but people can't regenerate.
Yeah,
right?
Can't grow a new arm.
Yeah, well, it's true. You can't grow a new arm, but we do regenerate. We regenerate every day. We know that we regenerate because our hair falls out and grows back. Our gut lining grows back. Our livers can grow back. If you actually remove part of your liver, it'll grow back.
Yeah.
Our skin grows back. Our bodies possess the ability to regenerate through stem cells. What can injure stem cells? High doses of alcohol can damage and blunt your stem cells.
So I'm okay with the 1 tequila I had last night?
Having a tequila every now and then is not bad. Having a glass of wine. The thing is, on balance, what you want to do is, people who drink a lot have damaged stem cells. Diabetes is another state, a metabolic state that, it really impairs, it cripples our stem cells.
Sugar.
High blood sugar cripples our stem cells. So the excess of anything can be harmful, including to our stem cells. So what are the things that we can do to help boost our stem cells? This is where it's really become interesting. Before I talk about that, though, let me just tell you.
Does stress affect your stem cells?
Stress can definitely affect our stem cells. High stress will blunt the activity of our stem cells. It's just like stunning them. So they're like, wait a minute, what do I do now? Maybe I'm not going to be so enthusiastic in rebuilding our organs. We got to rebuild our blood vessels. We got to rebuild our hearts. Our hearts turn around. Like, we actually have stem cells in our hearts and our brains, and regrow our nerves. Every single day, something in our body is regenerating. Actually, a lot of things are regenerating. So what people are hearing in the news are really efforts by the biotech industry to develop stem cell therapies that you inject into the body. So, taking stem cells like drugs and injecting. Someday, that's going to wind up becoming game-changing in medicine. Someday. We're not there yet. I've been involved with some of those efforts, and what I've seen is very exciting. But more exciting to me is the ability for every single person listening to this podcast to be able to actually enhance their own stem cells. And here's the research. You can actually take...
it's a lot cheaper.
And it's a lot cheaper. And more enjoyable.
Getting a stem cell injection is like 20 grand.
Why go out and have to subject yourself to that when you can do it at the dinner table? So the Mediterranean diet it's been studied by Spain, looked at elderly people on the Mediterranean diet, and those who on a Mediterranean diet compared to not on a Mediterranean diet had 5 times the number of stem cells in their circulation, in their bloodstream. It's not one magic food. It's the pattern of food that you're actually eating. Now, when you can actually do the research on specific things as well. So for example, tea. Green tea will increase your stem cells, but guess what? So can black tea. So here's what the surprise is.
The Japanese live forever?
People in Asia drink a lot of tea. People in Britain drink a lot of tea as well. Yeah. We used to say green tea's good, black tea's fermented, so it's not going to be that good for you. We're changing our minds. We have to keep our minds open. Black tea can also double the number of stem cells. There was a study by UCSF in San Francisco where researchers took people with known cardiovascular disease, so they had kind of crappy blood flow, and they gave them hot chocolate. The darker the chocolate, the higher the flavanols. These are the bioactives that are naturally present in cacao. And there was a study done.
These are the food is medicine components.
This is the food.
There are literally these chemicals in food called phytochemicals or phytonutrients that actually have these medicinal properties.
They are made by Mother Nature. They're packed in the food, growing on the plant. Every plant-based food will actually have some type of bioactives. In cacao, which is a bean, which then you process to actually get, kind of the cocoa powder. If you take the really dark chocolate, like 73% cacao, the really dark chocolate, and you make it into a high-flavanol hot chocolate drink, and you have it twice a day. This was a clinical study. They found in people who wound up actually having drinking the hot chocolate twice a day over the course of a month, they doubled the number of stem cells compared to the people who didn't drink hot chocolate. When they measured their blood flow, what they did is they put a blood pressure cuff on them, and which, you know, kind of like lowers the circulation of the blood. They let it go. They found that the blood flow was vastly improved.
Wow.
So here's a functional result that actually means it makes a difference. Who's going to complain about chocolate? Who's going to complain about tea? Who's going to complain about a Mediterranean diet? I mean, you go out to eat. These are the things we love.
If you love that last video, you're going to love the next one. Check it out here.